All right, let's talk about a huge challenge that pretty much every company with a powerful tool like Aras runs into. You've made this big investment in the system, but getting your team to actually use it, well, it can feel like pushing a boulder uphill, right? Today, we're going to break down how to solve that whole adoption puzzle.
So I want you to think about your own team for a second. You have this incredible, powerful tool at your fingertips, but are you really getting the full return on that investment? Is everything running smoothly, or do you see people kind of falling back into their old habits, working around the system that was meant to make their lives easier? It's a really important question to ask.
These things here, they create this vicious cycle. It usually starts with something like complex navigation, especially in a system that's been customized. That confusion then leads to people using the system differently, which creates friction and data silos between teams. And with almost no help or guidance inside the system itself, the entire adoption process just slows to a crawl. Sound familiar? I bet it does.
Now, the knee-jerk reaction is always, well, we just need more training. But here's the kicker. What if the training itself is actually part of the problem? Let's take a hard look at the old-school methods that so many companies are, believe it or not, still using. You're stuck in a room for a day trying to drink from a fire hose of information coming at you from a PowerPoint deck. And get this, studies show you'll forget about 75% of that within a week. Then you get a 100-page PDF that you save to some folder and never, ever look at again. The biggest problem? All this training is completely disconnected from where you actually do your work.
And this table just lays it all out perfectly. You can see the shift we're talking about. We're moving away from boring PowerPoints to something that's actually interactive and engaging. We're ditching those repetitive one-size-fits-all sessions for a model that's self-paced and can scale. But the most important point on this entire slide, the real game changer, is that move from out-of-system to learning directly inside Aras. That, right there, changes everything.
So, this brings us to the solution. And it's a completely different way of thinking about training. Instead of pulling people away from their work to go learn something, you bring the learning right to them, right where they're already working. Let's be super clear about what we mean here. Embedded e-learning isn't just a fancy help menu or a bunch of FAQs. No, it's a structured, self-paced training platform that is built to live right inside your Aras environment. Its whole reason for being is to make user adoption happen way faster by making the learning process itself fun and immediate. So how does this actually work? It's a really simple, elegant loop. First, an admin can plan out the training and assign different modules to people based on their roles or teams. Second, users just learn at their own speed whenever they want, with all the content right there if they need a quick refresher. And third, this is huge, admins can actually track everyone's progress, so you know exactly who's up to speed and who might need a little extra help.
Thanks, Brian, for the brief overview. Now let's log into the system. This is My Learnings section where admin can track training of each user. Admin is assigning a course about engineering parts to Terry from the dashboard view. As you can see, a widget about Terry's assigned course has been added to the dashboard. Now let's log in as Terry and see if the course is assigned to him or not. Since the admin has assigned Terry a course about engineering parts, Terry will not have access to engineering parts section in the system until he completes the course. User will be able to see all the courses assigned to them here in My Learnings tab. Let's start the course. These are interactive annotations to explain the significance of each form field. If there is an important learning in any content, the user will not be able to move forward without completing it. There are small quizzes and puzzles in between to validate user understanding. Each module ends with a quick assessment to reinforce learning and confirm user understanding before they move ahead. Once the course is closed, the user's progress is recorded automatically, so they can continue their learning path seamlessly. After course completion, the system instantly generates a certificate to recognize the user's achievement. Since Terry has completed the assigned course, he is now granted access to engineering parts. Additionally, admins can track the learning progress of their team through a clear graphical dashboard. Thank you for tuning in. That was it for today's demo.